Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Any clever maneuver. He would stoop to any device to win a point. An emblematic design, especially in heraldry. He was recognized by the device on his shield. An instrumentality invented for a particular purpose. The device is small enough to wear on your wrist. Any ornamental pattern or design, as in embroidery. Something in an artistic work designed to achieve a particular effect. Something unspecified whose name is either forgotten or not known. A drawback or difficulty that is not readily evident. Any clever maneuver. It was a great sales gimmick. Twist suddenly so as to sprain. The wrestler twisted his shoulder. A sharp strain on muscles or ligaments. Cause, a plastic object, to assume a crooked or angular form. Twist the dough into a braid. Twist or pull violently or suddenly, especially so as to remove something from that to which it is attached or from where it originates. Form into a spiral shape. The cord is all twisted. Turning or twisting around, in place. With a quick twist of his head he surveyed the room. A miniature whirlpool or whirlwind resulting when the current of a fluid doubles back on itself. A circular segment of a curve. An interpretation of a text or action. To move in a twisting or contorted motion, especially when struggling. Extend in curves and turns. The path twisted through the forest. A hairdo formed by braiding or twisting the hair. The act of winding or twisting. A jerky pulling movement. Any clever maneuver. A sharp bend in a line produced when a line having a loop is pulled tight. An unforeseen development. Practice sophistry. Change the meaning of or be vague about in order to mislead or deceive. Don't twist my words. The act of rotating rapidly. It broke off after much twisting. Do the twist. Form into twists. Social dancing in which couples vigorously twist their hips and arms in time to the music was popular in the 1960s. They liked to dance the twist. Turn in the opposite direction. Twist one's head. An action aimed at evading an opponent. A deliberate coordinated movement requiring dexterity and skill. A move made to gain a tactical end. Act in order to achieve a certain goal. Perform a movement in military or naval tactics in order to secure an advantage in attack or defense. A plan for attaining a particular goal. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. A military training exercise. An action aimed at evading an opponent. A deliberate coordinated movement requiring dexterity and skill. He made a great maneuver. A move made to gain a tactical end. Act in order to achieve a certain goal. He maneuvered to get the chairmanship. Perform a movement in military or naval tactics in order to secure an advantage in attack or defense. A plan for attaining a particular goal. Direct the course. Determine the direction of traveling. A military training exercise. A move made to gain a tactical end. A move made to gain a tactical end. A visible symbol representing an abstract idea. Special design or visual object representing a quality, type, group, etc. The act of arranging a piece of music for an orchestra and assigning parts to the different musical instruments. An artifact, or system of artifacts, that is instrumental in accomplishing some end. The act of providing or using the instruments needed for some implementation. The instruments called for in a musical score or arrangement for a band or orchestra. An artifact, or system of artifacts, that is instrumental in accomplishing some end. A subsidiary organ of government created for a special purpose. The quality of being instrumental for some purpose. A customary way of operation or behavior. They changed their dietary pattern. A perceptual structure. A visual pattern must include not only objects but the spaces between them. Something intended as a guide for making something else. A pattern for a skirt. A decorative or artistic work. The path that is prescribed for an airplane that is preparing to land at an airport. The traffic patterns around O'Hare are very crowded. Something regarded as a normative example. Graphical representation, in polar or Cartesian coordinates, of the spatial distribution of radiation from an antenna as a function of angle. Plan or create according to a model or models. A model considered worthy of imitation. The American Constitution has provided a pattern for many republics. Form a pattern. These sentences pattern like the ones we studied before. One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration. Judge to be probable. Be or play a part of or in. Elections figure prominently in every government program. A diagram or picture illustrating textual material. A decorative or artistic work. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The figure was about 1,000. A well-known or notable person. She is an important figure in modern music. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A combination of points and lines and planes that form a visible palpable shape. A model of a bodily form, especially of a person. He made a figure of Santa Claus. An amount of money expressed numerically. A figure of $17 was suggested. A predetermined set of movements in dancing or skating. She made the best score on compulsory figures. A unitary percept having structure and coherence that is the object of attention and that stands out against a ground. The impression produced by a person. He cut a fine figure. Understand. He didn't figure her. Something intended as a guide for making something else. A decorative or artistic work. The coach had a design on the doors. An arrangement scheme. The awkward design of the keyboard made operation difficult. An anticipated outcome that is intended or that guides your planned actions. He made no secret of his designs. The creation of something in the mind. Make or work out a plan for, devise. Design a new sales strategy. The act of working out the form of something, as by making a sketch or outline or plan. He contributed to the design of a new instrument. Make a design of. Plan out in systematic, often graphic form. Design a better mousetrap. A preliminary sketch indicating the plan for something. The design of a building. Conceive or fashion in the mind, invent. She designed a good excuse for not attending classes that day. Create designs. DuPont designs for the House of Chanel. Create the design for. Create or execute in an artistic or highly skilled manner. Chanel designed the famous suit. Intend or have as a purpose. She designed to go far in the world of business. Plan something for a specific role or purpose or effect. This room is not designed for work. A way of expressing something, in language or art or music etc. that is characteristic of a particular person or group of people or period. Designate by an identifying term. They styled their nation, the Confederate States. The popular taste at a given time. The 1920s had a style of their own. Distinctive and stylish elegance. A pointed tool for writing or drawing or engraving. How something is done or how it happens. In the characteristic New York style. A way of expressing something, in language or art or music etc. that is characteristic of a particular person or group of people or period. All the reporters were expected to adopt the style of the newspaper. A particular kind, as to appearance. This style of shoe is in demand. A slender bristle-like or tubular process. A cartilaginous style. Botany, the narrow elongated part of the pistil between the ovary and the stigma. Editorial directions to be followed in spelling and punctuation and capitalization and typographical display. Make consistent with a certain fashion or style. Style the dress. Make consistent with certain rules of style. Style a manuscript. A cunning or deceitful action or device. He pulled a fast one and got away with it. Of or relating to or involved the practice of aiding the memory. Mnemonic device. A device, such as a rhyme or acronym, used to aid recall. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. A cunning or deceitful action or device. He played a trick on me. Deceive somebody. We tricked the teacher into thinking that class would be cancelled next week. A ludicrous or grotesque act done for fun and amusement. A prostitute's customer. An attempt to get you to do something foolish or imprudent. That offer was a dirty trick. A period of work or duty. Card games, in a single round, the sequence of cards played by all the players. The high card is the winner. Healing process involving the growing together of the edges of a wound or the growing together of broken bones. Being of or having to do with the northern United States and those loyal to the Union during the American Civil War. The act of pairing a male and female for reproductive purposes. A set containing all and only the members of two or more given sets. Let C be the union of the sets A and B. An organization of employees formed to bargain with the employer. You have to join the union in order to get a job. The state of being a married couple voluntarily joined for life, or until divorce. God bless this union. The United States, especially the northern states during the American Civil War. The state of being joined or united or linked. There is strength in union. The act of making or becoming a single unit. The union of opposing factions. A device on a national flag emblematic of the union of two or more sovereignties, typically in the upper inner corner. A political unit formed from previously independent people or organizations. Of trade unions. The union movement. The occurrence of a uniting of separate parts. Lightning produced an unusual union of the metals. A device that causes material to gather into rounded balls. A sonic agglomerator. A device that provides reactive force when in motion relative to the surrounding air, can lift or control a plane in flight. Fear resulting from the awareness of danger. Warn or arouse to a sense of danger or call to a state of preparedness. The empty house alarmed him. A clock that wakes a sleeper at some preset time. A device that signals the occurrence of some undesirable event. Fill with apprehension or alarm. Cause to be unpleasantly surprised. An automatic signal, usually a sound, warning of danger. A device that signals the occurrence of some undesirable event. A device or control that is very useful for a particular job. Durable goods for home or office use. A device for applying a substance. A device for applying a substance. A person who requests or seeks something such as assistance or employment or admission. A short-handled device with a globe containing a sponge, used for sprinkling holy water. A short-handled device with a globe containing a sponge, used for sprinkling holy water. The basin or other vessel that holds holy water in Roman Catholic churches. A manually operated device for extinguishing small fires. A device that displays words for people to read. A cognitive state in which you act without self-awareness. She went about her chores on automatic pilot. A navigational device that automatically keeps ships or planes or spacecraft on a steady course.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.